Today, we're going to dive deep into the microscopic world that's living inside all of us. We're going to explore this powerful family of biotics and, really uncover how they're secretly shaping our health every single day.
Hey there, welcome to Byte of Science, your tiny bite of big ideas.
Seriously, think about that for a second. What if the secret to better health is already inside you? It's a pretty wild thought, right? I mean, we're always looking outside ourselves for solutions, pills, diets, you name it. But what if the science is pointing to a powerful secret that's been in our own gut all along?
All right, so first things first. To even begin to understand all these biotics, we've got to wrap our heads around the world they live in. And folks, it's a universe inside your gut.
And I'm not exaggerating when I say a universe. We're talking trillions of microbes. Trillions. And they're not just hanging out. This community is so complex and so important, you can almost think of it as a whole new organ. It's not just helping you digest your lunch. It's a major player in your immune system and, get this, even your mood. So yeah, keeping this inner world happy is kind of crucial.
Okay, so if this inner universe is so important, how do we support it? Well, let's start with the rock stars of the biotic world, the ones you've definitely heard of, probiotics. But what are they really?
All right, the key word here is live. Probiotics are living microorganisms that, when you get enough of them, can actually provide a health benefit. The army analogy is perfect. You're sending in fresh troops, reinforcements, to help out the good guys that are already fighting for you. But notice that last part, inadequate amounts. That's super important. A few soldiers won't win a war.
And the good news is, you don't have to look far to find these reinforcements. In fact, they're probably already in your fridge. We're talking about fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi. All of these are fantastic and, frankly, delicious ways to get those live helpers right where they need to go.
But, sending in fresh troops is only half the story. An army marches on its stomach, right? They need food. And that brings us to the next member of the family. Prebiotics.
So if probiotics are the soldiers, think of prebiotics as their MREs, their food supply. They're basically a special kind of fiber that we can't digest. And that's the cool part. Because we can't break them down, they make it all the way to the gut, where they become the perfect meal for our good bacteria. It's like personalized fertilizer for your internal garden.
So let's just break this down one more time, nice and simple. Probiotics add new good bacteria to the team. Prebiotics feed the good bacteria you've already got. One is the seed, the other is the fertilizer. You see how you really need both. And you can find these prebiotic fibers in all sorts of everyday foods, like onions, garlic, bananas, and chicory root.
Okay, so we've got the soldiers, the probiotics, and we've got their food, the prebiotics. So what happens when they actually get together and do their thing? Well, that's where teamwork really makes the dream work. And it introduces us to our next two biotics, synbiotics and postbiotics.
All right, let's follow the chain of command here. Step 1, the probiotics arrive. That's the fuel. Step 2, the probiotics chow down on that fuel and start to multiply. Now that strategic combination of the fuel and the troops working together, that's what we call a synbiotic. And finally, what's the outcome of all this activity? Well, the probiotics produce these incredibly useful compounds, and those are the postbiotics. Honestly, a lot of the time, these postbiotics are the things that are actually doing the heavy lifting for our health.
Okay, so this all sounds great. A whole little ecosystem working for us. But what's the payoff? I mean, what are the actual real-world results we can see? Well, the science is starting to give us some pretty amazing answers.
Just look at this number. In one study, a single specific strain of probiotic, that's Lactobacillus reuteri, was able to lower bad LDL cholesterol by almost 9%. That is a huge deal. We're talking about a significant hit to a major risk factor for heart disease, all from one little microbe.
And it's not just about cholesterol. Remember that symbiotic teamwork, the probiotics plus the prebiotics? Well, in a study with patients who have type 2 diabetes, using a synbiotic for 3 months led to a really impressive drop in their average fasting blood sugar. You can see it right here, from about 177 down to 147. That's a real, tangible improvement in metabolic health.
And honestly, we're just scratching the surface. The research is piling up, showing a whole range of other benefits. We're talking about a stronger immune response, less inflammation throughout the body, fighting off bad bacteria, strengthening the gut wall itself, and even helping with some allergy symptoms. It's becoming super clear that this gut ecosystem has its hands in just about everything related to our overall health.
So we can support our gut with food and supplements. But what's the next frontier? What happens when you need, like, the ultimate reset button for your entire microbiome? Well, science has an answer for that too, and it's pretty mind-blowing.
Okay, brace yourselves. It's called fecal microbiota transplantation, or FMT. And yeah, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a medical procedure where you transfer the entire gut microbe community from a healthy person to someone who's sick. The idea is simple, even if the procedure sounds weird. Why build an army from scratch when you can transplant a fully trained, perfectly balanced one? It's a total system rebuild.
And does it work? Oh my gosh, does it work? For people with a nasty, recurring infection called C. difficile, which can be really dangerous and often doesn't respond to antibiotics, FMT has a success rate of over 90%. 90! That one number tells you everything you need to know about how powerful a healthy, balanced gut microbiome truly is.
So, you see, from eating a cup of yogurt all the way to a cutting-edge medical procedure like FMT, the core idea is exactly the same. What we feed our gut matters. It shapes that inner world. So it really leaves you with a question to think about, doesn't it? If you're the architect of your own gut universe, what are you going to build it with?
Hey, if you like that bite, make sure you subscribe for more science and small bites.
And always remember, science is so much better when it's shared. So please don't forget to like, share, and bite again.